Hi, it is day number 8, 10 days to awesome, 10 minutes, 10 days. Today we're back at the hips. Hips are always one of my most frequently requested things to stretch out in class, so I figured we'd get back into them, see how they're feeling now in comparison to when we visited the hips in day number 3. And hopefully you're feeling heaps better, maybe you'll get a little deeper, and of course we'll discover a couple of new poses. Let's do it! We're going to start in butterfly today, Purna Titali, full butterfly pose. Soles of the feet together, heels close to the body or not, depends on your comfort, support if you need it. Hang here. Maybe sit your hips up on a blanket or a block as well to let the pelvis drop forward, especially if you're particularly tight and you're feeling rounded through the back of the body. But if you're all good in your butterfly, let's just sit up, see how it feels. Maybe start to flap those butterfly wings. This is a lovely way to really easily, gently start to warm the hips, get the muscles firing. See how that feels. Alright, left leg out in front. Grab hold of your right foot with your right hand. Support yourself with your left. Extend out. We're going to stir a big pot, a big cauldron. And coming around. This is helping get into the hips, into the knees, into the ankles. It's also a lovely way to stretch out the shoulders and the back at the same time. So there's always multi-benefits to each pose. Let's roll back the other way. Take your time, there's no hurry. Let your breath guide you through. Feel your way through your pose. Enjoy it, because it's awesome. Oh, that's my ankle going clickety-clack. That's what it's all about. Let's bring that in. This time, depending on your flexibility, you could go full on, foot into elbow, hold it up. If that's no good, foot in hand and knee. And if that's no good, foot lifting. This is called cradling the baby. And obviously, the higher up you have that leg and the closer you have it to your body, the more intense the stretch in the hip. Rock the baby. Yeah. Baby. Rock it out, feel your way through the hips, see how that's doing. That's doing pretty good. Let's release, extend out, bend the knee to make sure the knee is back in position. Shake it out. Other side, grab hold of the outside of the foot. Support yourself with the hand wherever you need to. And stir your second pot. Maybe this time it's stew or porridge. And we're working through, again, the ankle, the knee, the hip, the shoulder. Let's come back the other way. Feel your way through it. I hope you've been enjoying the 10-minute challenges. It is very short and brief, so it's just a little hit, a little stretch. Nothing too much to take up the day, but a little bit every day makes a huge difference. Let's come back in, bring that in, find how you want to cradle up this leg, and let's rock it out. How are your hips feeling now? Hopefully you're feeling pretty good. Let me know how you've been doing with this challenge. I'd love to hear all about it down in the comments below. Let me know if there's anything else you'd like to see. There is going to be a 20-minute for 20-day challenge coming eventually. But I thought we'd start with 10 minutes first. Alrighty, let's release that out. Extend, bend it in, extend, release, shake it out. Right now we're going to get right into the legs and those hip flexors, because we've been working on the outer glutes and the inner thighs, but our hip flexors are going to get some work today. So come on to your hands and knees, step your right foot forward into a nice big lunge. And wherever that back knee is, we want to make sure that this front knee is stacked over the ankle or slightly behind it. So it's fine if your lunge is super short because you're super tight. That's all good. We will work that out in good time. Breathe here. You might need blocks here just to help bring the earth up to you if you're finding this already pretty challenging. Take some lovely deep breaths. We're working these hip flexors down this left side. You might also feel it in that right gluteal area. I love these stretches. They're so good, not just for the hips, but also for the hamstrings. Breathe into it. And then release back. And yes, this is more a hamstring and a calf muscle stretch, but you know what? That all goes hand in hand, our hips and our legs, all that tightness in all those muscles just create one big giant tight body. So we're not after that at all. Draw back through this right hip crease. Keep the knees, the hips over the knees. You can feel that. You should feel that in the butt, maybe in the belly of this thigh. Exhale, roll forward again, releasing into this front hip flexor. Now open that right foot out to the side a little bit, giving you more openness through the hips. I'll just face this way so that you can see what's happening. For some of you, your knees and your feet are going to face forward, and for others they're going to face out. Whatever it is, make sure your knee tracks over your foot. That's the main thing. Breathe into it. You can come down lower if you've got space and flexibility in the body. Get those hip flexors, get those glutes, work it. You can also come down to blocks if you need to. And if it's comfortable, you can open out to the edge of that foot, only if that feels comfortable for your knee and your foot. It really depends on how your body's built and how your hip sockets and your pelvis are created. We're all completely unique and individual, which is pretty cool, considering there are billions of people on Earth. And then bring that back in, tuck the back foot, and let's release out again. Release the hips, rock them out. Other foot forward, left foot forward, step into that lunge. Check how far back you want to be with the back knee. Make sure the front knee isn't scooting over the foot, but it's stacked nicely over the ankle or slightly behind the heel or over the heel. Breathe. Try not to collapse here as well. We're still working the rest of our body at the same time. Drawing the shoulders down, draw those ribs in slightly. Look for length through the spine. And then let's roll over that heel, drawing the toes towards us, our chest to the front of the room. Maybe we've got blocks here as well. Feel your way through that leg. Notice what's going on in the body. Maybe you come down a little lower. Breathe into that. Exhale, hinge. Hinge. Release into the lunge. Open out to the side, coming into that runner's lunge. Foot can be tacked or flat. Maybe you want to come down. Love these stretches. They're so good. Maybe for you, you want to roll onto the edge of that foot and open out the hip. Again, check in with comfort. Release, so walk that foot back in. And rock back slightly. And release out. Release down to your hands and knees. Notice my hands are slightly in front of my shoulders. My toes are tucked because I'm going to do a down dog. Press and lift. Extend out. Stretch out. Tread it out. Reach through the body. Find your space. And then go ahead, drop those knees wide, big toes in together, inner thigh stretch, opening up those hips, release down to your wide-legged child's pose. Inhale, come up. And bring those knees together. And release down into a closed-legged child's pose just to finish it out. Maybe we'll extend the arms, bend at the elbows, bring the hands together in front of our heart. Bring the hands together. Stay here as long as you like. Thank you so much for joining me for these 10 days. We have 2 more days to go. I hope you're feeling really good and nice and open. And again, if you know anyone that you think would benefit from this practice, go ahead, share it with them. Subscribe if you haven't, and I will see you tomorrow where we're going to get into our spine again a little bit more. And then on the final day, we're going to have a lovely little flow. Namaste.